Sorry, would you like to introduce yourself? So I am Imalou, and I work on the G5 movie made for the new generation as a character designer. I designed Sunny. And I designed Izzy and Sprout, and I did a lot of little designs for other characters, main characters, and some of my drawings are appearing in the movie. I also designed the G4 sequence in the beginning of the movie, and I did a pony since 2011, so... I can count first, but I'm ready to say
So, is Ember anywhere, unfortunately?
I do. Terrible.
So, there's a microphone in the middle. Please let Ember know your questions, and then they'll be vetted, and then you'll get the chance to ask. So please form a nice queue.
Who's got a question?
How are you finding the UK and UK Ponycon so far last week? Both of you.
Honestly, yesterday I visited Birmingham. That's very nice. Really, I really like it, my friends. I am having a lot of fun in the UK. I wish I was staying a little longer, so I could see maybe London. Next time I think I'll be back to London. And I want to see Scotland as well, which is in the north. There's so many places I want to see now in the UK. And I'm very happy I'm here in the UK for the first time. Like, I was scared to go at first because of the food, but it's okay.
Imalou was telling me that they have a baguette every day.
Yes, I do have a baguette every day. I am this kind of
Quintessential French.
Right. But I have good sandwiches in Birmingham so far, so it's good. Good thing.
Shall we start with the first question?
Yes, so question for Rebecca. As we all know, you're also the singing voice for Twilight. And when you were introduced this morning, everyone was already singing the MLP theme song, but unfortunately your microphone was off. Do you think we could get a retake of that?
My little pony, my little pony. My little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be.
Magic is magic!
You need to do my back songs. I can't be wordless and sometimes.
I think we're all just enjoying the authentic experience. Thank you so much.
Hello? Hello? I've got a question for Rebecca. What does you do to stay on set?
I'm having a hard time hearing the questions. Is there a way we could turn up the house mic and the monitors? Thank you. Say it again?
What was your toughest day on set? Like,
oh, toughest day in the studio. Oh. I would say in, what's the movie with Wallflower Bloom?
Forgotten Friendship.
What? Sorry?
Forgotten Friendship. Is it Forgotten
Friendship?
Yes. In that one, when she's having all of her memories torn away from her.
oh yeah.
And she's desperately trying to hang on. That was pretty emotional. I'm actually getting emotional thinking about it. Like that she'd struggled so hard to work for the friendships, and then having them ripped out of her memory was really. I really felt the pain of that.
Thank you very much.
They go quite up.
Good afternoon. Do you have a favourite British TV show, and what is it?
The Great British Sewing Bee. I love it so much. We have a channel called Makeful in North America. I don't know if you have it, but they play all the wonderful British contest shows, and my favorites are the British ones, like Portrait Artist of the Year, because there's so much education involved as well. Like you get, say, the baking shows in the States are all about competition, and the baking shows in the UK are like education, and they like tell them what they've done wrong, or they talk about actual ingredients or how to temper chocolate instead of actually just saying, if you don't get the right temperature, then you can't temper this chocolate. It's a secret! I want to know! So thank you, UK, for being educational. That's it.
Do you go on, Imalou?
This is a question of
Have you got a favourite British?
I like Gordon Ramsay. We don't have a lot of British stuff in France as in TV shows, but Gordon Ramsay is very... Mais j'ai pas regardé les podcasts, I didn't watch the podcast. Oh! No, I like Gordon Ramsay. I'm really lazy, sorry.
This is a question to Rebecca. What was your favorite episode of Lionel Tony Friendship is Done? And considering you're the singer of Twilight Sparkle and Sunset Shimmer, what was your favorite song?
There are so many good songs. My favorite episode to sing was when everybody's cutie marks gets mixed up. And then they all have to like figure out how to find their own again. I really like doing that episode because it was very musical theater, and I love doing music theater. And my favorite song singing with Sunset Shimmer, I think it's probably either My Past Is Not Today or
That's
Embrace the Magic.
Question Girl song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, to be fair, you had an incredible voice. So, if you could, I know this is like, if you could hold on the concert today, that would be a big win.
Thank you.
My question is for Rebecca. Do you think there is another Sunset Shimmer in the other world, or is there only one? Because we never met her human counterpart, or is Sunset Shimmer the bridge? There's only one of them.
You know, that's such a good question. I don't know, I imagine there must be another Sunset Shimmer out there, because like there's two Princess Twilights, or two Twilights anyways. You would think, right? I don't know. I'm not the writers. But I think, but in my heart of hearts, I hope that you would have a twin, a soul twin on the other side.
Thank you.
Why did Sunset Shimmer become evil? And in the comic, why did Princess Celestia show her the portal?
Oh, this is a skill testing question. I don't actually know, to be honest. I know there was some difficulties with, she wanted to learn certain kinds of magic, I think, and wasn't allowed to practice them, and then, I can't remember why it was that she became evil, because those are in the writings and in comics. Have you seen the comics? Are you testing me? Do you know the answer? Do you know the answer? And not to put you on the spot. You just put me on the spot, so I'm just sharing the burden. You read it a week ago? Does anybody here know the backstory? I actually learned it like 10 years ago, so I just don't remember. Okay.
It's because the mirror of Castle High. Twilight came through the mirror and ended up in Castle High. And basically had an anxiety attack. She turned into a
Right, yeah, but then there was the Sunset Shimmer. Why was she evil in the first place? I think she was just pretty bitter. In general, she'd just been burned too many times, so she wasn't able to. She actually I think she felt like she wasn't good enough when she was working under Princess Celestia. Princess Celestia was pretty hard on her when she was learning how to be when she was learning her magic. So I think that had a lot to do with it. Thank you for your question. Did I answer all of your questions?
Yes.
I think so. Okay. Hello, you're very excited about your question.
So, my question is, out of all the quotes you've done, what's your favourite character quote?
Well, I know a big fan favorite, which is also mine because we actually had to record it quite a lot of times. We have muffins. You recognize who that is?
I do.
Yeah, Sugar Belle was kind of in her zombie-like state, but she also was really sad about having to serve muffins that didn't taste like muffins.
I will get that for you, lady, for definite.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hello. So I want to say, what was it like when you found out after being the singing voice of Twilight that you did your own speaking role as well with the Sunset Shimmer?
I was super excited. When the first auditions happened for the show, I auditioned like as many ponies as I was allowed. So it was great to finally be able to act with the other actors.
Right.
Because as a musician, we go in and we record separately. We all take our turns and record the music separately. So my favorite part about being a voice actor in Vancouver, at least, is the experience of being able to read a script with other people and interact and share. And at that point, Tabitha and Kathy and Andrea and Ashley, they all and everybody had been doing it for so long, but it was the hardest thing to just not be gobsmacked by how talented they are. They're switching back and forth between characters all the time, and I was like, wow! It was so awesome. So it was great to be included in that part of the team.
That's good to hear that, thank you. And I just wanted to say, I've seen a few pictures with a few of your pictures to like different conventions. I just wanted to say, Juju. That's it, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi! Firstly, for Rebecca, you have said about how your favourite song to sing as Sunset Shimmer was My Part Is My Stay or Embrace the Magic. My first one is, what was your favourite song to sing as Twilight? You can say more than one.
I liked doing I don't even know what it's called. It's only like
You can sing something.
half a song. Midnight in Me was a really great one. It was almost too short. It was like, I wish they'd written a longer song.
That is really nice.
Because it's really emotional and powerful. And what's the other? There's one from the show where she's like really, really sad. She doesn't know what's going on. She sings, oh.
Yes, I thought something. I love that song too. And my other question to you is, what was it like singing the What More Is Out There duet?
It was a bit challenging, but it was fun. I thought, oh, this is gonna be a cool one. I'm gonna do it with myself. But it was the trick was to really make sure that all the vowels, and even though they still sounded like the same vowels, sounded like they're coming out of two different people's faces, two different bodies.
Yeah, and
Okay, take a breath.
out of my head. Sorry for taking so long. If I can't think of it, I'll just ask on Instagram or something.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Anyway.
Or you can go to the back of the line.
Oh, I remember now.
Oh, you remember? Yes.
Yes, what was it like listening to the duet for the first time?
Well, it was funny because in the movie they ended up cutting it.
Yeah.
So I got to hear it in the studio when it wasn't fully mixed, and then I was able to see it. I think it was like an extra on the DVD,
Yeah.
and so I was able to see the animatic done to it.
It deserved to be a thing.
It was nice that they actually produced something to show for the work that we've done, because it's like you do a whole. It was like having your part cut out of a movie, like as an actor, you're like I swear to God, I shot scenes for this film, and then it wasn't. You're not even in the film.
We still love it. And Imalou, I would like to know what your pro tip on character designing is.
Oh, my pro tip. Never do too much on your designs. Always keep it simple but efficient. You know what I mean? Yes. Simple but efficient.
How did you feel when they reached out to you for the first time to design characters for My Little Pony?
I cried. I was screaming, crying, running everywhere in my house like, no, it can't be. No, it can't be. It's a scam. And it was
Thank you so much. I'm designing my own characters and you inspire me.
Oh, thank you. It's so nice.
For Imalou, you're a big inspiration to my artwork as a concept artist and character designer. Could I ask about the skills and how you got into working for the company and the others that you were designing for?
Yeah. So the skills, I got too much passion for drawing and concept art and character design. I think one thing that's very efficient to work in this field is to show that you are very passionate about character design, that you have your own creativity, your own world. You know, my portfolio is full of ponies and colorful animals and stuff like that. And it's very quite unique in some ways. And I show that I like doing that. And it's so much more efficient to companies, because when they see my work, they know why they hire me. I think that's one tip I would give to beginners to work in the industry. And how I design, I think it was a lot of luck. It's hard to get a job in character design actually. You can be a character designer, it's good to be like a storyboard artist or an animator, or an illustrator. It's good to have lots of different skills in it. And but you need to keep it up, like to not give up on it.
You've put on some of your profiles how many alternative designs there was. How much work did you do before we got to the final product?
On my company, right? Yes. Oh my god. I think I remember my files, there was like 1,000 drawings in it. For sure. Yeah, I remember there was 1,000 drawings. It's a lot of tries and redos and you get to the final design after like 10, 20 sketches of a character, and yeah, it's a lot of work.
Thank you so much. You're awesome.
I have a follow-up question to that for you. So when you're working, are you working on a digital format, like on an iPad with a pencil and things like?
Yeah. I work with a Cintiq.
Okay.
What's the name? It's on a computer. I worked with that when I was in the studio. My co-worker, Celia Kaspar, only worked with pencils. And so
it's possible to just be a
possible.
pencil artist and still do character design.
Yes.
You have to go through a lot more paper.
Right, yes. I remember Celia came in the studio with all of her stuff, and it was very impressive. It's open work, for sure.
Well, I have a question for both of you, but mostly Rebecca. Since the Quest for the Girls movies took place in a high school, they came out a number of years I don't like thinking about ago. What do you think the Equestria Girls will be doing with their lives right now?
Well, I think Pinkie Pie would have opened at least 7 different cupcake shops, perhaps. Party, she'd be an event planner, right? Pinkie Pie would be an event planner. I would hope that they were all still good friends and had careers in what they really love to do. I think Sunset Shimmer might be a registered clinical counselor because of her empathy superpower, her ability to read minds.
I have to reply to that question as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I always imagine as well that Pinkie Pie would have a lot of shots, like farm shots, yeah. I think regular to be in a band, yeah. I could see her pursue the parade music, for sure.
I think Fluttershy would probably be a veterinarian.
Oh, yes. That suits her so well, for sure.
What about Applejack? Do you think, what would she do?
She would be in the farm.
Yeah.
Eating apples.
Figures.
Hello. What was it like for both of you knowing that you would be working for My Little Pony?
Well, when I first auditioned and I was doing singing and stuff, I was excited that I was working on a new show, but it wasn't a big, it didn't have the fandom yet, the fan base that it had. I was a little nervous because I was doing singing for Tara Strong, and I was like, I hope Tara doesn't hate me. But that was, it was before it all became a popular thing. So it was just like, yes, I got a job. Awesome. That's how it was for me.
What was it also like after knowing that it went big? How did that feel like to you guys?
First of all, I didn't believe it, because that doesn't usually happen. Like, it was like a phenomenon unlike any other. When I heard about the Ponycon, and I was like, really? Like Star Trek has Trekkies, and I was like, are you sure? Like, I thought somebody was pulling my leg, and then I really found it. It was pretty cool.
For me, well, I arrived very late after I knew about the popularity of My Little Pony because I was for that. What was it like? It was a bit, because I am in the community, it was a bit stressful. Because pressuring, and especially because I am so into the community, people can talk to me and ask me stuff, and I have to be super careful of that. So it was a lot of pressure, and I couldn't draw fan arts for a while, because otherwise my child would call me in a room and say, hey, please stop.
As soon as you started working on a new show, you have to sign a non-disclosure agreement. It's called an NDA, and you're not allowed to talk about a show until it comes out on the air. And so there's a lot of pressure. That's why there's a lot of things where voice actors say, I have some projects, but I can't talk about them, because we're legally bound to a contract that says, don't talk about this. And it's mostly because creative companies are worried about other companies taking their ideas or their concepts and doing the same thing faster and before they get it out, and then it makes their sales go down. It's a money thing.
Honestly, I didn't know how Twilight would be perceived, but there was a lot of positivity around Twilight. I love meeting Twilight fans. They are not the nicest ponies ever. Honestly, it's so nice as a boss myself to see fans of the stuff I work on. I don't need to see fan art. I love to see renditions, new car design of the characters. you know, the redesigns. I love seeing them. I love everything the community gives to the hive. So that as a brownie, it's very emotional to me.
Thank you so much.
I have a question to ask Rebecca. How did you get the role for Sunset Shimmer and got the part to sing the theme song?
Well, Sunset Shimmer was years after I'd been working on My Little Pony, and I had auditioned for many parts for that show, and I recall being in my kid's bedroom, sending in as voice actors, we often got called in to go into the studio to audition for things, but this was around the time when we started to have to record from home, and it's hard to find a place in your home that's good for recording, that's quiet enough. So I was literally on the bottom bunk of my kids' bunk beds with blankets all around and recording Sunset Shimmer's audition, and I only had about 5 lines to go from nasty high school girl to flaming, frothing at the mouth demon. So I had to just show my stuff in about 5 lines, and then I got a call back and I got the part. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I did it from home, that audition, and then singing the theme song was many. Yeah, it was so long ago. Oh my gosh. I was singing the demo version of the song, and they had already hired me to do Rarity's singing voice. And then when they decided they wanted to cast Twilight's singing voice, they said, we'd like you to do Twilight Sparkle singing voice instead of Rarity, and I was like, oh, well, okay. And so I ended up getting to do that. That was so wonderful.
Thank you so much, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Hello there. I've got 2 questions, one for each of you. For Rebecca, in relation to a different question regarding Sunset, if Sunset had a human counterpart and not one in the human world, what do you personally think her personality would be like compared to the human pony version of her?
That like can open a huge can of worms. Like, would she be really nasty, like the high school?
Yeah, would she be like that or something completely different?
Right? Like that's the question. I don't know. Or would she be like the most like zen, grounded person? I don't know. I think she'd be creative. She'd be smart because she's a clever at magic and can figure a lot of things out. But yeah, it would be interesting to find out if she was, or she just, what would be even more interesting is if she didn't care a thing about magic at all. She had no interest at all.
And Imalou, considering that you're a G5 character designer, I wanted to ask you a personal question about a character that I really love. What's your opinion on Sparky Sparkeroni?
He's cute. I think it's cute. He has a big head in the TV series that I really like. He has very big proportions around the head and a small body, making him very cute. The new plushie makes him cuter. I wish he was talking. I wish he was anticipating in the show. Yeah, I like dragons, so I wish he was talking just because of that, because I like dragons talking.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I have a question for Rebecca, because everyone's been asking a question about Sunset Shimmer. I'll ask you a question about Sugar Belle.
Yeah.
Sugar Belle has a really interesting story arc from going from Starlight Women's Village, basically in Big
I actually turned around when you were asking about. I actually turned around for the second question. So
was Sugar Belle supposed to be just a one-off character, or was that entire story arc planned out well in advance?
I don't really know, honestly. That's a question you have to ask the writers or the producers of the show, because like, I think they, I think that maybe she became a fan favorite. They may have written her into the series because she was likable.
I mean, when you got the part for Sugar Belle, was that supposed to be just a one-off episode, or was that supposed to be like a multi-season one? If you know.
I auditioned for both of those characters, and I assumed they'd just be Nightglider and Sugar Belle would just be one-offs, and I didn't expect it to go any further. So I was really glad that they brought her back as a sweetheart to me back. It was a cute relationship. I really liked the learning that showed that relationship, learning how to be a good listener and all that stuff, and Feather Bangs was hilarious. It was fun to work with those guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
I have a question for Rebecca. You also voiced Nana Osaka and Nana. Can you give us some passion, please?
You can get the strawberries, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, I got into this MLP through fan remixes of music.
Oh, yes.
So actually the first time I heard anything from MLP was your voice on one of the remixes. So my question is, if you've heard any fan remixes, do you have a favourite? And if you haven't, what does it feel like to know that your voice has inspired a lot of passion and creativity from the fan base?
Well, I love that the fandom has taken what's been done and expounded upon it through art, through textiles, through music, and I think it's really cool that a show that I've worked on has like created. I mean, even people who have like gotten a job working, like people have developed their passions and their creativity because of it. So it's cool for me. And I have heard some remixes. Yeah, I've been to some Brody raves and been like, right, that's, yeah. I'm like, that's me. Is it me? Wait, these autocorrect, got pitch correct. Yep. It's fascinating.
Thanks very much.
So one thing that affected me is like how you guys series at the end of season 9, you actually have like the final lines of the whole 9 series. So I was just wondering what it was like to you, like to sing that final song, being that like at the end, like all the series.
It was pretty emotional actually. Yeah. It's an honor. It felt like a real honor to kind of close that. Yeah.
Quite personal for me, so
yeah. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for
hello to both of you. Got a question for you. I'll go Rebecca first. Yeah, so you voiced basically 4 different characters in the show. Yeah, Twilight, Singing, Nightglider, Sugar Belle, Sunset. Different vocal ranges. I've observed that, your natural speaking voice is actually quite similar to Sunset's. I expected it to be the other way around, that you sound like Sugar Belle and be lowering yourself to Sunset's deep husky thing. But obviously, voice actors can lower and raise their thing. That's part of the training. But with Sugar Belle specifically, because her voice is definitely quite a high, very sweet pitch, any particular challenges in maintaining that, making it sound authentic, etc.? Or was it just a day at the office for you at that point in your career?
Well, I guess it was just like a matter of on that particular floor, it was about differentiating Nightglider and Sugar Belle because they were in scenes together.
Did you record them simultaneously, or?
Yeah. So So we had to make sure that Night Clouder was going to be a different tonality, a different texture to her voice. And so I really wanted, when I saw the picture of Sugar Belle, I decided that she speaks from her eyelashes. That's where the character is. Like in me, I had to do it. And then like say the lines, you know, she's like one of those like butterfly eyelash kind of gal. So I thought that's where my inspiration came from with her. It was sort of like open-eyed and clear and bright and sparkly. Thanks.
So, Imalou? Obviously, you can ask you generic questions about challenges, but I've heard a story before that Sprout, compared to the other two, was very complicated to get approved. The other two were approved relatively early. Consider that Sprout took ages, and there was something about the actual design you literally had to do in like an hour before a digital meeting presenting. Exactly. And the basic thing is that because it's complex topics for adults, you know, for kids, excuse me, fear-mongering is all about that balance of how far can we push them. Any extra bit on challenges for Sprout, I guess?
Can you repeat the question?
So Sprout was challenging because, you know, it's a complex stuff for kids, you know, fear-mongering, etc. Yes. What made it difficult for you, I guess, landing the balance for that character, etc.? How he looks?
Yeah, well, character design-wise, it's mostly about finding his colors. It wasn't because of not scaring the children a little bit. We couldn't do like scary faces, and he was supposed to be a loser girl, so we couldn't make him too scary. And it was hard because Alfred didn't know really what they wanted, so we had to do a lot of variations, and that's why it's hard to make Sprout, because he wasn't very defined as a villain, really, because of this, he was a dictator, but he couldn't be too scary. So it was hard with that. Finding his colors was very, very hard. We tried all the colors we could. And his colors right now are the best we found, for sure. But yeah, it was challenging for sure. It was challenging.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, me again. I have a question for Imalou this time. So, out of all the Gen 5 characters, who would you want to create the design of, apart from the ones who have already named?
That's how it's one question a lot of people ask me actually. I always reply Sunny. I think she was so easy to make. I was like, no, we need maybe to do more. But in the end, I liked her design. I liked how she came. I wanted to explore a little bit more her styles. And in the end, we found that Asmo liked what we suggested in the first draft, so it was too easy for me. It was too easy. I was like, no, there's something we can make it more. Maybe I would redesign a little bit something now. I think. Yeah.
Thanks for that answer. Thank you.
Hi. First question to Rebecca. Having gone from the singing voice of the main character into a major character in Shoichet Belle, did you ever have any funny interactions with Kasumi, who did a similar thing in Megabox?
In which?
In Megabox, Kasumi Evans. She did the singing voice of her team, and she's a Dojo.
Oh, yeah, and Adagio. Sorry, I was not hearing what you were saying. So yeah. Did we ever have any interactions regarding that? Or
yeah, well, you did a similar thing.
Right, we both have evil and we both have good in us. Yes, it's true. Kazumi and I are both. She's a wonderful performer. We did a theater show together years ago, and I love her very much. And it's funny because she's like the nicest person on the planet, so it's really like amazing that she got cast as a villain. Must be she's a good actor, right? But we're both, you know, we're training voice trained singers, and so it didn't surprise me that she was able to create those two characters as well. Yeah.
Of all the character design changes, or the G5 characters, which change would you want to kept? Which one you want to keep the most?
You mean something I suggested?
I believe Izzy was initially kind of like getting.
Oh yes, that's true. I mean, Izzy, I'm glad the way she came. I like that she's more pretty, but I wouldn't say Izzy. Let me think. I remember with Celia, my other co-author, we really liked that each was blue. Each was supposed to be blue at first, and I think it was something missing in the cast, a blue character, to have a color palette that is unique, like the Macy's. And we discussed about it again in Galacon. We were like, oh yeah, that's true. Each used to be blue, and it suits in very well. But Hasbro changed it to another color because they didn't like blue. And so I wish we kept each blue. Thank you.
Hello. My question is for both of you. What inspired you to go down your career paths?
Well, career in the arts is something that, like, I never thought that I wouldn't do. I think I was always, ever since I was a little kid, I was always performing for my family, for my classmates. Like, one of my best friends and I in elementary school would move all the desks aside. Our teacher would let us perform after lunch because we've been like rehearsing at recess and lunch and creating new choreography, and we get to do a performance in the class. It's something that I couldn't stop myself from doing, and my parents luckily helped to fan that flame and that fire. And yeah, so I was always just kind of encouraged to do that. But it's not really for the weak of heart. You have to be willing to push through hard times, because as an artist, you need to learn how to diversify and be multifaceted so that you can actually maintain a career in the arts. It's really hard. You don't have any security, no job security in the arts. So that's a tricky thing. But the first inspiration, I would say, that was probably like seeing performers when I was a little kid, like going to see. My parents used to take us to the National Arts Center, and we'd see like children's performers, and I remember like always wanting to just be up there with them. That feeling of just being so inspired to like make music and to share music. Thank you. Great Peaky Blinders.
Sorry. For me, it was, I always loved cartoons. I've been watching animated movies since I was a child. And I never stopped. Watching cartoons. I was obsessed with animated movies, specifically animated movies, more than cartoons. And I come from a family where everybody draws. My father and my mother are landscapers, and they draw big landscape stuff. So, and my older brother was drawing as well, and so he's 10 years older than me. So when I was a child, he was in art school, and I would see his portfolio full of characters with lots of gestures, expressions, and it inspired me a lot. Like, I was like, one day I will make my own show, I will make my own movie, and I never stopped thinking about that. One day I will make my own story. So, and I never stopped. I never stopped being passionate about animation. I got bullied a little bit in cool because of that, because it was seen as a kid stuff. But I mean, there's something beyond animated shows and movies, but it's so powerful in comparison to live movies. In animation, you can do everything. You can tell every story, and I love animation as a media for that. That's why.
Thank you.
Oh, and just to add to that too, you reminded me of that I used to watch TV with my brother and I would do. You guys, have you ever seen Sesame Street? Yeah. So old school Sesame Street when I was growing up was like there were some characters that lived in. Do you know Ernie and Bert? Yeah. So Ernie had a flower box and he'd water his flowers, and then he'd say, and he'd lean in, and then the camera would zoom in, and then there would be a whole scene with the Twiddlebugs, and they had these sort of tiny little bubble voices, and so my brother and I used to, so we would try to do the Twiddlebug voices in the back of our parents' Volvo and make my mom giggle. That kind of thing. Like this kind of stuff, and so, they were trying to swim, so they decided finally that they could walk to the zoo. Yeah.
I have kind of same thing for me. There's a turning point where you say, okay, people say that I am good at this, so I'm going to pursue that. And I remember in kindergarten, my first drawing was a pig pony. And all the class was like, oh, you know to draw so well. And so the teacher put it on the wall, which means it's good, like you made a very good art. And I remember on that day, I was like, I want that all my life.
That feeling of being appreciated for having a talent. That's pretty cool.
Right.
Thank you. The last question.
Oh, I thought that would be the last question. This basically pretty early. With the live action movie coming up, what designs do you think the pony should have to fit live action?
Oh my god. That's a hard question. Live action it's so tricky. I mean, I like when live action and 2D mix up. I think it's the only kind of live action that can work for me, as is animated and live. I don't like if they are too realistic. It's gonna look so bad. I am so scared of that. But I wish if I was the director and had like millions of money, I would do it 2D. To me, 2D is the choice for live action mix-up.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all the great questions.
Alright, I would like to ask a question. For Imalou, is Sprout a good boy?
He's a very good boy. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
So, can we have a big round of applause for our special guest? I don't know if you want to help something that gone out. We couldn't award our cosplay stuff because we lost it. So would you like to hand out some awards to everyone? So everyone knows who's won, but they'll be coming up to collect the certificate and rosette.
Absolutely, I'd love to know.
Yeah, we'll be very quick about it because I know they definitely want the stage, but would you like to award them? Yeah. So I can get them mic'd up very close to my mouth. Right. So.
Everybody drink water. Drinking water?
Yep.
Great. Great.
Oh, dear.